And so, being that I was born and raised in West Texas, I'm out in a little town called Orla right now. Being in the oil and gas industry 16 years, you see a lot of diversity. You see a lot of different ethnics, a lot of different skin colors. You meet a lot of different people. What happened in El Paso was a tragic event. But for somebody to sit and blame a man like Donald Trump, who has no control over what a human being thinks, does, says, responds to anything else, is cowardice. It's propaganda, a fake narrative by Beto O'Rourke, who absolutely thinks that he runs El Paso. He don't run El Paso. Beto O'Rourke hasn't run anything. The only thing Beto O'Rourke does is run his mouth. He tries to divide the people, and he tries to divide the people by skin color. Now, these are my opinions, and I'm allowed my opinions. I have a freedom of speech. Also, with that being said, I have a freedom and the right to bear arms as I see fit according to the Texas laws. Now, when I say as I feel fit according to the Texas laws, is because as a U.S. citizen and a native Texan, I have what's called a license to carry, which means that in the state of Texas, I can openly carry where it's legal to do so. When I say legal, 30-6, 30-7 is subdivided by open carry, concealed carry. If you have a 30-6 sign up, that basically states that I cannot conceal carry while on that premises. You have a 30-7 sign up, that basically states that I cannot open carry while on that premises. The kid that shot those people was a sick person. I got the manifesto. I got a copy of the manifesto. The kid that shot the people in Dayton, Ohio, was a sick person. And I believe we as a human being, as a human people, have a right to defend ourselves. Now, I catch a lot of feedback now because every day when I get off work, I go home, I strap a pistol on my hip. That's my God-given right. I did things by law the right way. I'm a law-abiding citizen. If somebody at that store had been armed and started firing back, I believe that young man would have tucked his tail and ran. He had an agenda. His agenda was he was going to go shoot people and he was going to die doing it. We all seen how that turned out. That didn't turn out like he wanted. He ended up giving up to the police. Because it is this. It is not white supremacy. It is not race. It is not racial profiling. It is there are sick people in the world. Do we need to do a better job of vetting? I believe we do. I ran a background check. I run background checks on everything that I buy. I get background checks run. And it doesn't piss me off. It doesn't make me angry. It doesn't complicate the system. But it lets them know that, hey, I'm a law-abiding, I'm a healthy, and I got no ill against anybody. I mean, if I had ill will against anybody, being in the oil and gas industry for as long as I have been, I would have had problem after problem, considering that maybe 80% of the oil and gas industry is run by so many different skin tones. We've got Hondurans, we've got Cubans, Panamanians, we've got Germans. They all come over here in the oil and gas industry because it's a very well thriving industry. Very well. You can make a living and then some off this. I provide my family every day with coming to work here. Every day. And I've been in West Texas my entire life. I am so sick and tired of hearing the division because of a person's skin color. It is unreal. It is fake. It is fake news media. They want to divide us. They want us to have another civil war. And it's getting to that point. People, pull your heads out your butts. This isn't who we are. Being born and raised in Midland, Texas, 5 hours east of El Paso, even as a young child, there were Hispanics, there were blacks, there were any other color you could think of. Yes, there were fights. Yes, there were a lot of racist things back in the day. But we've grown. We're older. It's just like the ICE raids. You people are sitting here blaming the government for the ICE raids. It doesn't work that way. It does. You sit here and you think about the little children. The children are crying and I feel bad for them, but they're only subject to what their parents put them through. If you do things illegally, and you get hemmed up and you get put in jail, your kids are going to be taken. They cannot go to jail with you and sit in jail with you. I was a young kid. I'm now 34 years old. As a young kid, 18, 19-year-old, I fought. When I got in a fight, I had a little girl that was born. I sat in jail for a week over an assault charge that I caught. Now, being 34 years old, I know that it's not within me to fight anybody. I'm not going to catch a charge for anybody. So I've done what I was supposed to. I've got my life on track. The thing is people just want to point and blame, because that's the narrative. That's the propaganda. That's the fake news. That's Beto O'Rourke. That's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. These people are jokes. These people are dividing the world because that's what they want to do. I hate nobody. Half of my friends out here that work in this oil and gas industry are of different descent. They are different skin tone. But I run into a lot of great people out here just willing to make a buck for their family. Willing to put their backs and their butts on the line so that way they can give their family the best they can. So for people in El Paso, which is 2.5 hours from me where I sit right now, to say that there is racism in that town is a joke. That is a joke amongst itself. That is the narrative Beto O'Rourke has set up, and that is a joke. I have a ranch 1 hour east of El Paso in a small town of Sierra Blanca, Texas. I go through Sierra Blanca every weekend, checking on my ranch, checking on my feeders, checking on everything that I've got out there. And I've run into Border Patrol, I've run into Highway Patrol, I've run into the sheriff in Sierra Blanca. There's a small store out there that's got a Subway shop in it. Every time I go in there, I'm in camo from head to toe because I'm out on my ranch working or I'm out on my ranch hunting something. I have never, not once, had anybody stop me and say, "Oh my God, a white guy with a gun. Oh my God, a white guy with a gun." If you people are buying into the racism, you're the problem. That's all it is to it. You people that buy into racism, you are dividing the world just like the rest of these damn liberals, just like these damn leftists, these damn Democrats. Pull your heads out your butts, do a little reading, do a little research, and you'll figure out what you need to do in life. But to sit here and say that Trump's a racist, this didn't start with Trump. This never started with Trump. This was an issue that started years and years and years ago. I'm 34, like I said. I was seeing this back when I was 10, 11, 12, 13. This has always been an issue. And now you start pushing it because these Democrats are pushing the narrative and the fake news is pushing the narrative that, oh, illegal immigrants are being locked in cages. No. They're doing what they have to do to ensure that our borders are protected. That's all they're doing. We're not saying you can't come over. Do it the legal way. Go through a port of entry.